Hello everyone and welcome back to another Disney Dreamlight Valley video. As you can tell from my costume, there is a special arriving today, which is of course Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, there is a load of stuff to do in this brand new patch, but we couldn't help but jump straight in to trying to get Sally for ourselves. So, if you want, go straight to your mailbox where you'll have a mail from Jack Skellington. And he's going to explain the quest and problems at hand. There are spider webs haunting all the different houses in the valley, and it's up to you to catch them. Now, the developers thankfully have taken feedback on board and explain what you need to do to trigger unlocking Sally. So these are helpful hints. Obviously, you need to have Jack Skellington and to catch the Matrakashka dolls, which I'll link in the comments below. You'll also need to finish Mirabelle's first quest, she's my mortal enemy in this game, and have unlocked a sweet and sassy racer, and you may have to do the quest Odds and Ends in a quest with Merlin, and then keep your eye on spider webs. Now hopefully everything is in order and you've got all those prerequisites done. If so, get your keister to Anna's castle, where that earworm of Let It Go will play.
Could you help me?
You can talk to Kristoff, who is being a bit of a blouse about this and cannot go near the spider webs. But what you have to do is you just have to simply collect the spider webs in each and every home that the game tells you. So there's 3. There is Kristoff and Anna's. So pick up the spider webs and collect them and keep them in your inventory. So we have 4. Sorry now, I'm fighting the temptation to sing along to that melody. And there we go. You just have to pick up a few and then talk to Jack Skellington about the invading spiders. And here's Jack in the pumpkin territory. Seems apt. Hand over the spiders and Jack will be able to explain that there's a coded message in the spider webs. Merida did not like the idea of spiders there. She's just running a marathon away from us. So, no prizes for who we think the message is coming from. But basically, Jack is going to explain that there are 3 other houses that you have to collect the spider webs from. Now, it's at this point that I will suggest, lads, that you plant a little bit of cotton. That's the only kind of crop that you need to have deliver. And of course it's going to be my mortal enemy Mirabelle first. So her house is actually just down here in the Sunlit Plateau. I hate Mirabelle for some reason. Love Encanto as a film, but I just hate Mirabelle in this game. Can't even remember which one is the door. Definitely not that one. So you have to go to Mirabelle, Vanellope and Remy's house. Oh, and the Nightmare Before Christmas blaring. We love it. Getting us in the Halloween and Christmas mood in tandem. So there's just 3 spider webs there. On to Remy's, who probably wouldn't be taking too kindly to spider webs in his kitchen. But remember to collect the spider webs. Just make sure that you run into them, just because you will need to give them to Jack toward the end. And as always, get Jack to follow you just in case you need to do a pit stop and give him stuff while you're out and about. So yeah, you just finish off in Vanellope's. So she has 5 spider webs, so she's a little bit more under attack from Sally. And there's the last one there. So you should have 22 in your inventory. Hopefully there are no glitches and there are no malfunctions with that quest. I know a lot of people are saying that they're not really getting items from quests, so hopefully the game behaves itself. And then just chat to Jack, give him the spider webs. And he realizes that there is a coded message and he can decipher it once he rejuvenates the spiders in question. It seems that travelling through portals and carrying magical messages can tire a wee arachnid out. So you're going to have to craft a rejuvenation potion, which, to be honest, was very easy to do because I had most of the materials myself. As I said previously, you will probably need to grow a little bit of cotton maybe. But I already had that planted in the Sunlit Plateau, so I was a little bit lucky in that regard. Hopefully you have everything you need, but we'll talk through the ins and outs of it. So yes, you need an empty vial, easy enough to do. Red bell flower, easy enough to do. Night shards and mushrooms, grand. So the only thing that for me was cotton, but we already have some planted. And then you just have to bake a blueberry pie. So Jack is following us, and he actually has the farming thing. Like, look at this. How random is this that I already had this planted? I was prepared, lads. For once, when these patches dropped, I am prepared. So we have enough cotton now. And then just make a blueberry pie. And the blueberry pie is actually surprisingly very easy. So you can see it. You can go to your quest log there, and it's at the very top. Using blueberries, wheat, and butter. If only cooking it in real life was that simple. Then you have to just go to your crafting desk. So you can't make it, and I don't have a crafting desk inside. I don't know, can you have it inside your house? Something to explore. Then you have to return to Jack's house. Because, as you remember, he has a magic cauldron. Please do not pay any heed to the state of my forgotten biome. It's just pumpkins everywhere. I will sell them and clean them up at some stage. Talk to Jack. Give him all the webs and the potion. He's a bit of a magician, isn't he? This is a nice easy quest. I kind of am glad that it allowed everyone to just jump straight into Sally's content. And again, just a reminder, it is free. You do not need any additional DLCs, so everyone can enjoy Sally's new content. Place the arachnid rejuvenation potion in the cauldron. And there we go. Welcome Sally. Her bodyguards are here, the welcoming party. Hades, if you could just remove yourself from this iconic moment. There she is in all her ragdoll splendor. So yeah, you can get this done and bang it out, lads, in record time. Take a nice wee selfie with her. I wonder who her voice is. It's hardly going to be Catherine O'Hara. Though a boy can dream. So talk to Sally. Come on, speak to something. Don't be just grunting. Jack and I brought you back. I'll take some credit.
Oh, how wonderful.
Okay, the voice is nice. It'll grow on us. She's very tall, isn't she?
Lovely.
Yes, I can
I hope
really
you
dig
hurry
my
back.
claws into
That
a
was
place
absolutely
like
delightful.
this.
And then after that, lads, all you have to do is just sit back and watch the two lovers reconnect. So what's funny is that Sally says she missed him so much, and Jack just kind of goes, "Oh, yeah, I realized I missed you a lot when you messaged me." Men, am I right? So then after this, it's just a case of treating Sally as any other villager. We're going to be visiting all her friendship quests in the next coming days. So as always, lads, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. What do you think of the new patch so far? And of course, the Storybook Vale DLC. Jack is smitten. I'm smitten. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I think the way Dreamlight Valley is dealing with this iconic film is nothing short of excellent. But time will tell whether the quests sate my appetite. But yes, until next time, lads, look after yourselves, be good, and take care.
That was quick.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Disney Dreamlight Valley video. In this video, we're going to be tackling the brand new characters friendship quest, Sally's Uncanny Romance. Now, for anyone who has just joined us, Sally is part of the free update on Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I can drop a link on how to get Sally in the comments below, but short story is you just check your mail and do a quick quest with Jack in mind. Now, this quest is a nice one because it revolves around Sally and Jack's romance. Star-crossed lovers. Sally is a bit weirded out by being back in the valley after such a long time, so she's afraid that she won't be able to approach Jack without her mojo or her confidence. So she is going to give you 10 of these lovely seeds that you need to plant and grow. They'll take 15 minutes to manifest. Probably longer if, like me, your biome is an absolute state and you need to clear out a lot of space. Funnily enough, you will need to clear up a bit of space around this because you'll have to put a lot of furniture down toward the end, which is a nightmare for me. But anyway, we will press on. So yes, like I said, plant these and wait 15 minutes. So pop on the kettle and walk the dog, do the hoovering, or just sit patiently and watch as time flies by. And hey presto, there you go, your beautiful little blooms, which Sally says are poisonous and dangerous, so approach with caution. Hand her the blooms, and again it's explained now that your dreamlight magic has protected you from being killed by them. So lucky us. I think she was kind of hedging her bets there. Yeah, she was worried. She was literally standing beside me for 10-15 minutes. She could have expressed that worry a little bit better. But anyway, she's using these flowers to create a perfume, which happy days will hopefully give her the confidence to go and put a spring in her step. So then we have to talk to Jack about his upcoming date with Sally, and this is because Jack is very focused on science. So he needs to be refocused, and I suppose we just have to kind of declutter his mind. And it's literally decluttering because we're taking stones and giving them back. Because he's kind of fixated on crazy things. His animations are great, aren't they? It's nice to be revisiting these old characters. I say as the fairy godmother's in the background, begging for content. She is actually, there's a new skin for her in the new Star Path, so I suppose it's not all bad for her. There are butterflies around, which means Mirabelle is close by. We're on high alert, lads. So what we have to do is we have to grab night shards for Jack, and the quest is to collect them, but you can actually refine them in your craft store. Sorry, not craft store, craft bench. So just go to your where is it now? Refined materials, and there you see night shards. You actually don't need to dig them up and find them and things like that. I was a bit confused. Then we have to go and bring them to Jack, who has ran away on us. He is found in the Forgotten Lands. How could we forget? Ba-dum-bum. Now, as you can see, I have pumpkins everywhere because we were speed leveling Sally, and we've basically turned the entire place into Pumpkin Kingdom, which is bad, lads. So now what's going to happen is you just have to sit back, relax, and enjoy the awkwardness of Sally and Jack romancing each other in a date. Kind of envy Mike in the background there, just fishing along, minding his own business. Don't be bringing my name into it, Jack. So yeah, it's a nice tie. It's a nice tie to the film where Sally keeps on doing herself and losing her limbs and stuff, so he made a needle for her. How often are you saying I'm clumsy, Jack? Dun dun dun. Sorry about that camera angle there. You must admit you end up in pieces rather frequently. Oh god. To be honest, this is like my version of dating, so I think it's going well. I think the game is going to maybe tell a different story though. You want me to jump out of another tower for you? Yeah, see, it's just a mistranslation.
Turn up the sun.
If you were going to save me against Sally, you wouldn't rip yourself apart. Now, we can't actually talk to Sally because there's too many things cluttered around her, so we have to clear the area so we can actually talk to her. I'll do a special video where I clean up this with the Forgotten Lands. So yeah, slow down, calm down. All is not lost. So we have to then talk to a few other villagers to see if we can reignite the spark between the two of them in a better way. And who better to trust than Minnie Mouse, who is obviously in love with Mickey, and Daisy Duck, who I wouldn't trust with a pair of scissors to advise me. So a good mix of logic and insanity.
I hope Max.
Minnie's just down here, so we're just going to stroll. And here she is here.
Come here.
And Minnie has some nice suggestions, which is cooking and decorating. So I just go to Minnie first. I'd be curious to see what happens if you go to Daisy first, because Daisy kind of just reaffirms Minnie's ideas. I'd love to know what the plot or what the dialogue changes. But yeah, she gives you a recipe for gingerbread cookies with a Halloween twist and caramel apples. Or candy apples, sorry. So yeah, if you'd really want to make the date special, you need to go around the holiday tree portal that Jack first came through, which is the tree with the pumpkin face on it, which has kind of tripped up an awful lot of people in the past. So hopefully you can find and remember where the tree is. I have a rough idea where it is in my biome. Hopefully you do too. Now for Daisy, I'm not even going to check the map. I'm close enough to the boutique, so we're just going to pop in there where she is always going to be doing, and she's going to be fishing for some reason. I knew there was a pond in there. So yeah, Daisy just kind of doesn't bring anything much in mind, so just treats and with a Halloween twist. Make the cookies in the shape of a skull. Yeah, so it's Halloween themed food. Sure, why not? Then you just need to get yourself to your kitchen where you can make your holiday treats. Now, the candy apples was already in my recipe, and I spent ages trying to look for these cookies, and I couldn't until I remembered, lads. Learned from my mistakes that I needed to learn the recipe. So Minnie gave you the recipe, and it's for Halloween cookies that actually look really cool. They've got like Jack Skellington face on them, so perfect for actually making and decorating. Now we're heading into Christmas time now, but for next year. So yeah, there they are there. We're going to make a few of them actually, just because why not? They're a 3-star recipe and they're pretty easy to do. You should have loads of them, so loads of those ingredients. And then this is where things got a little dicey for me. Because I thought, right lads, I'll clear a tiny bit of space and I'll put down furniture just to decorate the date night, and then look what happens. Maximum number of items reached, and I am actually 200 items above my recommended allowance, and that's because of all the pumpkins. So be right back. I'm gonna have to clear them all up. After about an hour, lads, of just clearing pumpkins, we're finally ready. So just pop down whatever you want. At this stage I really don't care what this date thing looks like. I'll put down some thematic things, and I won't. I love those plants actually, so I'll put them down purposefully. Very demure. So yeah, you've 4 sections for Sally. God, we don't have any space for any of these things. We'll just put down some of the pumpkins, I suppose. We're kind of cheesing it a little bit. So put down 2 or 3 of things. I can't remember the actual requirement. And you should be fine. I'll put down this lamp. It's actually really nice, I think. Again, can't wait for cross save to come, because then we'll actually be able to plant and decorate things a lot easier. I'm playing on console and it can be a little bit annoying doing this. Black Parade umbrellas, and then you have to put the holiday tree portal. Now, I presume this is a glitch, because when you go to Sally, you don't see it. So what you actually have to do, lads, is you have to put it back into your inventory, go back to the quest, and then the tree will be there. So it's a little bit of an oversight, but hopefully if you're stuck on that, just take the tree, put it in your inventory and pop it back down again. We're trying to get to Sally and we can't actually pass, but oh my god, I need to actually design this a lot better. But anyway, give her the cookies, give her the apples. She'll be ecstatic. She's very happy with all the hard work we've just done to help rekindle her romance with her one and only Jack Skellington. And then you just have to wait for Jack to arrive. Jack is going to slowly, and I mean slowly, saunter up. Here he is, he's coming eventually. Like, lads, he literally was just the far cry away from the valley. Like, I'd say Mulan probably came here and back and here again in that time that it took him to walk. But anyway, so they're just going to apologise to each other. They're going to be very adult about it. We love to see it. We love to see it. But yes, lads, this is the end part of Uncanny Romance. Well, actually, it's not. There's going to be a nice little bit towards the end. So he gives her the stones. She's happy out. The most romantic thing you've ever given me. So the bar has been set, ladies and gentlemen. Come Valentine's Day, expect from your Disney adult partners a stone. But the last bit is you actually have to put down a picnic blanket. And if you've been following this video thus far, you'll know that space is quite limited in this area. So we actually do need to remove things and plop the blanket down again, which is the bane of my existence, but sure luck. So Sally will give you this massive ass picnic blanket. I presume is just to help with the cinematic of taking a photo. But yeah, once you plop the blanket down, you should be good to go. So she'll pop it down for you. It's just a simple blanket. It's actually not really that thematic.
I'd like to talk again.
And this is actually nice in the new patch. You can actually like tilt it very, very easily, which is a nice feature.
Making this up as I go.
But isn't that's like a really cool frame. Milan, get out of the way. So there you go, lads. We're just going to take a cheese and... Okay, Jack had a better pose at the end, but we'll saunter on, we'll move on. We don't have time for this, we have plenty more quests to do. But yeah, those two have rekindled their Uncanny Romance, and that is the first of Sally's friendship quests done. Thanks very much for bearing with me, lads. A lot of DIY needed in my valley. It seems like the game is up to the challenge of calling me out on my messy behaviour. I need to clean things up. Till then, thank you very much for checking out the video, dropping comments, likes, shares, all that good stuff. Please subscribe to the channel if you see fit. And as always, look after yourselves, be good, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Disney Dreamlight Valley video. We are living our evil queen fantasy right here as we take on Sally's friendship quest, Decay, to grow. Now, love Sally, think she's deadly in Disney Dreamlight Valley, and we are ploughing along with her brand new quests. This one sees her turn her ragdoll fingers, I suppose, to regenerative farming. So she's becoming eco-friendly, and it's funny enough, this is like one of the first times that this has actually kind of been brought up in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Sally wants to start a compost, and I suppose
How sad.
it's in an effort to bring the Halloween Town tradition of death and decay to the lovely magical world of Disney Dreamlight Valley. And I, for one, am here for it. So, first port of call you're going to want to do is craft a bin, and you're also going to try and get some vegetable scraps from Remy's restaurant. So, let's get started. So lads, what you're going to want to have is 15 bricks, 10 soil, 10 dark wood, and vegetable trimmings from Remy. Now, as you can see, my cluttered, forgotten lands means that it is incredibly hard to have found the dark wood, but we did find it in the end. Then get yourself to the restaurant and you should be good to go with this part of the quest. So Remy will be adamant he recycles and renews his food wastage, but is always keen to improve. After that, lads, get yourselves to the crafting bench and make the compost bin. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Bring the compost bin to Sally in the Vitalius Mines, so love when we revisit all these old areas of the game. So get your keister there and we'll plop it down. It's always a nice refresher course. So we give her the compost bin, she's going to teleport away out of sheer fright.
Thinking about you.
And then we just have to follow her down. So Sally explains it's got the right ambience and temperature for some composting. Take her word for it. I'm going to get stuck in the environment because that's a hobby of mine. Talk to Sally here and she'll plop it right down.
Oh,
Is that it finished? Not quite.
how fun.
So we have to add some brown compost.
Be careful out there.
So we have to get some dry wood and we have to get some dried plants. Now, a careful thing that you have to have, lads, is this has to be in your inventory. So don't make the mistake of me thinking you can just saunter around and it'll accept it. You do need to find this stuff. So the dried plants are these kind of like almost dead looking things that pop up in the sunlit plateau. You'll have to find 8 of them. So So here's one that is just outside Scars. You can see it just looks like they need a good watering. Dry wood you can find all over the place. Just make sure that it is in your inventory and you should be fine. So you have to collect 8 of these.
Now that I've had some time to
Enemy wasting about
I know exactly what I've got to do.
6. So they're scattered all across the biome. Of course our bags will be full. We don't have time to empty them. And we get stuck in everything and anything that we can. Just because. And then the last one is just there. Then just get your dry wood and go to the mines. Always helps to have some food, to have your dash available, because you do have to do an awful lot of toing and throwing in this quest. But it's quite easy, it's quite simple and straightforward, and it has a fun ending to it, which makes it all the more worthwhile. So bring the materials to Sally. She looks menacingly happy there.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
It's knocked over and all the compost is gone. So Sally thinks that there's a critter that's living in the mines that is actually stealing all the compost. Be awful funny if it was Remy that ended up being the culprit. So it's a investigation into what kind of critters could be menacing with the compost. So what we're going to have to do, lads, is trap them. And to do that we have to craft a critter trap, which the game reminds us is going to be humane. No extermination here. So go to your crafting desk and craft yourself the critter trap. You should have everything you need. Bit of blueberries and some wood. Good to go. And then again, sprint back to the mines. You should be wearing a Fitbit in this quest because you're doing an awful lot of running. And we're back to the Elfamiliar Mines, and we're going to give the critter trap to Sally, who should be where we left her, all alone in the mines. There we go. Now this thing is actually pretty big, so
It's good
I'm
to
expecting
see
someone else other than Remy to maybe find a home in it. Do you have any idea who this animal could be? I'd laugh if it was a turtle.
Please, go on.
Now, we can't catch anything if we are there, so Sally suggests we've a moose.
I popped a
And you have to go and catch some worms for the compost, which can be a bit tricky if you don't know where to look. So she tells us the Glade of Trust, but you can't just dig anywhere. You actually have to dig the nodes. So I made craters all over the place, not knowing that it's just these sparkly little things that drop the worms or grubs. They kind of use the same images as the Timon and Pumbaa thing. And in familiar fashion, we just get our keister back over to the... well, we actually have to give them to Sally. So find Sally in your valley. She should have been following me. I did ask her to hang out. She wasn't having any of it though. And let's get caught in all the clutter we have dropped. There we go. Poor Timon, thinking the worms were for him.
I'm so glad you're here.
And happy days for the worms. So why don't you meet her in the Vitalia's mines to check in on the critter trap? You know the story, you know the drill, lads. And the moment of truth, it is Mike. This makes sense. So Mike Wazowski is our compost critter.
I'll be hero week.
So Mike is caught in the critter trap. We have to talk to him, so we have a load of quests actually to do with Mike, so be careful with what you select. Your automat's broken. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Automat? So the food delivery system. So, yes. So he thinks that the compost is actually food because it is foul smelling and disgusting and icky. Our mistake. So I don't think we can actually probably compost in the valley if Mike is a human composter. And we are all on the edge of our seats on seeing what Sally will do with this new scandalous information. Yeah, so again, we have to appreciate when older characters are brought into the mix of new quests. Something I love to see. Fabulous seasoning. So we just have to let the dialogue play out between Mike and Sally. And if you didn't know, lads, compost is great on sushi, burgers and salads. You name it. Sally seems to be like a versatile person. She's like sewing things, growing things. She's basically trying to take our job, lads. She's fixing problems. She's trying to improve everything. She's a positive force in the valley. It's fine if you want a bit of it, but please leave some for the garden. You're lost, but sure I can share. Well, I'm pretty sure it's Sally that's sharing. And then just talk to Sally, lads, and that would be
I was just thinking about
the last point of our journey here.
you.
Yeah, he does still seem a bit gross.
Oh.
So now she can start growing her Halloween garden, and we couldn't be happier to await all the fabulous and grotesque creatures she grows. Oh, we can keep the compost bin, and she gives us a heap of soil that is just going to clutter our inventory even further. Love it.
That's perfect.
So
I
lads, that
hope
is
you know
Decay
you're
to grow.
very
Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for all the likes, subscribes, shares, comments, and everything that you can and do offer. These are all deadly. As always, till next time, look after yourselves, be good, and take care. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Disney Dreamlight Valley video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Sally's friendship quest, Patchwork Party. Now the famous Ragdoll has been making a splash in Disney Dreamlight Valley as part of the free update that hit either yesterday or the day before. Time makes fools of us all.
Aw.
Anyway, this is the next of the friendship quests. It's a nice one. One or two bugs that I have discovered, but sure look, we come to expect these things with any new release. So, leaning into her sewing ability, Sally wants to
Just
put
what I
her
wanted to
good
see.
skills to work and collaborate with Daisy and Minnie in their Dots and Daisy clothing line. What could go wrong? Two very complementary styles, I think. The Nightmare Before Christmas is known for its cutesy wootsiness. So yes, Daisy's all on board for this for some reason.
Oh.
Suspicious. Sally in the background, she can hardly say no. Could you imagine?
Huh?
Tell your friend to go away, we don't want to work with her.
Looks
No,
like a beach
they're
to
all
me.
okay with it. So, you're just going to have to go and catch some items. I was lucky enough for fabric that Christoph was selling a good bit, so maybe go to his stall just so you can grab a bit instead of having to grow the cotton. Gold inglots, easy enough to do. Red bell flowers also. Purple impatiens, they can be found in the Forgotten Lands. But ultimately, lads, you probably have a lot of this stuff anyway. So just go to your storage boxes and gather them. Once you've done that, hand them all to Sally, who will be happy out that you've done all the grunt work for her clothing adventures. So Sally, we've got good news. The collab is on.
Oh.
Does Daisy have an idea for us? She suggested to collaborate on something. Let's meet them at Minnie's. Now, this is a strange one, lads, right? Because as soon as you go into... This is the bug that I was alluding to at the start. You jump into Minnie's house, and for some reason, it depends on your camera angle as to triggering the conversation. Because what's happened was, Minnie hiding in the corner away from the bug, the two of them just keep bumping into each other and not really triggering any dialogue, so I don't actually know what has been said. It depends on your kind of view or your camera. So after a lot of working, we angle ourselves this way, and it triggered the text box. So I missed a good bit of the start of it because it just didn't automatically go. But something turned sour and the collaboration is off. So we'll never know, lads. We'll never know what was said. They could have been absolutely flithering each other. We can't even move in case Sally's text box. She's chuckling away at herself, so she's taking the rejection well. Yeah, we can't even see. Maybe you're right. Okay. There we go. So yes, it's a bit of a bug. I don't know if it's just my game or it might
Glad you came by.
happen yours, but just something to bear in mind. Now, talk
Just
to
who I
Minnie
wanted
and
to
talk to
see.
Daisy. Now, I was kind of thinking,
Ah.
Jesus, Daisy's crafty, getting all those items away from us, but she does actually say she's giving them back to Sally. So whether Sally gives them back to us is another matter.
Uh-huh.
But she takes the criticism well. But that's not over. Merlin doesn't want to sew. I don't know why I picked him. But we have to talk to the fairy godmother. So Sally's kind of like all of Sally's quests seem to interact with loads of older characters. So teleport yourself to the fairy godmother. Now I had to cut a little bit out of that scene just because I had to clear away. She was standing in front of a mountain of pumpkins and I couldn't actually interact with her. My valley is a state. Anyway, fairy godmother is all up for making a patchwork quilt of the valley, or for the valley shall I say, with the help of Sally. So this is a nice one because you're just going down memory lane.
You
Ironically,
feel so
Sally wasn't in the valley for any of this, so she's enthusiastic about experiences she doesn't necessarily have any recollection of. But anyway, so there's a few things you have to do in this, lads. So there's going to be memories. First one, fish an ancient crystal from the Mystic Cave. So the cave that you got Ursula from, essentially. If you remember, at the very bottom of this, there is a fishing space. And we're going to get lost and crash into the walls because why not? We haven't been playing this game for like, what, 2 years? Esports. Now, there's our gold node. And this is where you get your crystal. This is the first of like, I think 4 different items. And then you have to do a little bit of cooking as well. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Sally is tall, lads, isn't she? So, we get a wee bit of seaweed as well. Yay. So, after crashing again into the wall, make your way out and go to the frozen biome and go into the cave where you are looking for a snowman's nose. So, you're looking for a carrot. You're looking for Olaf's nose, which I hope he doesn't miss. This is it here. Easy peasy. Next one. Find a feather in the Forest of Valor. So, this is where you met Donald all those many months and years ago. That's where the portal was. And then the final one, find a storybook in the Forgotten Lands. Now look, lads, look what happened in my valley. There's just pumpkins everywhere as I was leveling Sally. You've just thrown them everywhere. So if you try and... oh, space for more pumpkins. If you can find a storybook, relatively easy, more power to you. If you're clean and organised. Me, it's a mess. And would you know, I am actually very, very lucky. I will find the book coming up close. There it is there on the left. I'll buy a lotto ticket. And we'll put a wee pumpkin down there to celebrate. Then just go to your cooking pot and you're going to make a fruit salad, which just make fruit. Put fruit in as an ingredient and you get a fruit salad. And then root beer, ginger, sugarcane and vanilla. And there you go. Go inside the fairy godmother's house and you can give all the stuff to Sally. I think Fairy Godmother's is probably the nicest house so far. It's so nice. It's tiny, but... and she has a bed as a couch or as a chair, but listen. Sally's pilfering all her resources. She's taking all her fabric, all our flowers, now the food and drink, and our memories. So they're going to make a nice, lovely quilt.
Oh.
And this is where the food goes. So we have to talk to 4 different characters to know about their favourite dishes. So the Forgotten. And I'm just going to toss things into my inventory. I get a wee bit distracted in these videos. So the Forgotten is just going to give you his dish. We have a lot of quests to do with him. Boulabas. Okay. So that's the first one. Then you have to talk to Donald, who is nearby. And we have like 3 or 4 quests to do with him. So he is reminiscing again about fish. Fish salad. Yum. Nothing screams party like fish, lads. Kristoff probably wants fish, right, you see.
Yeah.
And then we have Mickey Mouse. I need to change him back from that skin. It keeps resetting onto that skin. Do you have a favourite food? He has lots. Fish sandwiches. Okay, there's a recurring theme, lads. Oh, so Christoph actually wanted carrot cake. Sorry, I skipped through that and we see carrot cake. And then it's, lads, it's just going to your cooking. So I have an outdoor one here beside Tiana's house. Boulabas. Then we have fish sandwiches. Oh, you can just go to your quest log here in the cooking. There we go. Oh wait, that's actually not one of them. That's for Mirabelle's quest. Fish sandwich. There we go. And then we have to do fish salad. Ah, we have a catch. Of all the resources I have, I do not have actually lettuce. So a good quick trick of this, without having to grow it and water it and wait for it, is to just go to Wally's garden and hope for the best. We're gonna break into Goofy's house because I always just use this as a cooking station when I am in the peaceful meadows where his house is. Fish salad we can cook now finally. There we go. And then the final one, lads, is carrot cake. And you may not have the recipe for this. I had to actually look for it online to make it. So you're going for some wheat. You're going for some eggs. You're going for some sugar cane. And then the final ingredient is obviously going to be some carrots. Pop those in. And you have a gorgeous little carrot cake. The one thing that doesn't actually involve fish in this quest. Yummy. So bring your memorabilia to Sally, who will steal it with gusto. Sally, did you do anything for this quilt? Ta-da!
Whoa.
Everything looks scrumptious. Does she even eat? I'm not too sure.
That's perfect.
And then the final thing, lads, on this quest, it's actually flown by, and it is a nice one. We have the quilt. So you have to hang up the quilt somewhere in the valley. So we're just going to do it directly outside Minnie's house and Goofy's. And then you'll be treated to a lovely party scene where everyone is just randomly lined up. Ariel wasn't invited, but will gate crash the background of the photo. It's a nice one. There we go. Oh, I've forgotten glitching out there. And then just talk to Sally, lads, and then that should be the end of the quest. She will give you the quilt to keep. It's a nice one if you want to think of something decorative to do.
That's perfect.
But yes, lads, thank you very much for checking out this video. As always, I'm really appreciative of the likes, the comments, anyone who subscribes to the channel. It's a lovely free way to support future content. As always, hope you're enjoying the brand new patch. Hope you're enjoying Sally. Hope you're enjoying the DLC. If you did buy it, I shall have a video soon reviewing my experiences with it. And that is the Patchwork Party. As always, till next time, lads, look after yourselves, be good, and take care. Lads, I think we've just received the best friendship reward in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Disney Dreamlight Valley video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the final quest for Sally on her friendship line called Preposterous Premonitions. It's like something I totally forgot about Sally is that she can actually receive visions, and she has a concerning one throughout this quest. Now, to make matters very bad from the offset, Sally is sharing her plans to befriend the one and only Ursula. And any fan of Disney is already thinking, what could possibly go wrong with this? Part of me thinks that Ursula could have a redeeming factor and they are genuinely friends, but I don't know. So,
That's interesting.
we have to help Ursula with a potion. And to do that, we have to ask her where this special ingredient grows from. So, after talking to Sally, we're going to pop ourselves to Ursula. Keep forgetting that she's walking around as Vanessa, so that took me a while. So, already the text dialogue makes me think that she is tricking Sally. Because apparently we're gullible little guppies. There's no redeeming her. So, this arcane sprout is found in the Forgotten Lands. She better not be plotting anything. We're threatening her.
Yes.
Threatening her with eviction. Sally is so kind, so sweet, so gullible.
I can see
Yeah, the dialogue is... I always enjoyed the dialogue with Ursa quests. So we have to find the arcane sprites and then bring them to Sally in Jack's house. Now, for anyone who has followed my previous videos, you will know that finding anything in the Forgotten Land is terrible for me because there's a problem with pumpkins. Yeah, I haven't got the arcane vacuum hoover yoki mabob to collect all of these pumpkins, and this is why I could level Sally so quickly. She made a mess though of all the pumpkins she sprouted. But finally, look, that's what you're looking for, lads, these little purple things. Thankfully, this actually isn't as bad. Maybe it's easier because the flowers have literally no space to spawn. So I will eventually clean this all up, promise. So we're just looking for one more, so you have to click 5 in total. Here we go. That was easy peasy.
Hey, you never know what you
Lemon
can do until you
squeezy.
try, right?
So we just pop into Sally's house. Part of me thought that she was going to get her own one, but she shares with Jack. There's only one bed, lads, I'm just saying that. Oh, well, there's a coffin actually there. I'll get my mind out of the gutter. So here's all the ingredients.
Oh. Huh?
So Sally says that
That's
Ursa claims that this is for a hair tonic.
Oh.
But again, experience leads us to believe it otherwise. So a memory pops out of Sally's head. So she shares her premonition. And as you can see, Ursula, in all her octopus glory, is having a laugh
Oh.
at someone's expense. Would have been great, wouldn't it, if Ursula could walk around as an octopus instead of Vanessa? Kind of feel like maybe changing her back every so often. So, we have to go visit the cave that the vision was in. So, get yourself to Dazzle Beach, back to where it all began as one of the first quests in the game. Cave in the right corner. And Sally's going to be here. Search for clues in the cursed cave. So we got a picture or a photo frame of Mickey. You know, I thought that there was going to be more clues, but you just have to give the quest a little while to register that you found it so quickly. Give the frame to Sally. And hey presto, another memory is going to shoot out of her poor little head.
Please, go on.
But yeah, Sally says that Ursula mentioned pictures can have a certain magic to them, so
I hope you hurry
there
back.
could be a sinister undertones to this potion we're helping make. Ah, yes. It's quite sad looking. Don't think that Ursula is redeeming herself.
Oh,
Oh,
how
they weren't
sad.
sleepy. They were probably in a trance.
Oh.
And then the cusp of this is that yes, it is a premonition, so it hasn't come true yet. So it is up to us to
Some here is
stop it.
cheerful, not ominous.
So we have to then interview, interrogate, or warn both Mickey and Scrooge. And in typical Disney fashion, Mickey says not to judge anyone, and because it hasn't happened, well, we can't know for certain if Ursula is up to malicious things. Admirable trait, but something that will possibly cost him a lot. Scrooge randomly is behind us, so that makes it easy. It's going to be the quickest quest.
Oh, greetings,
Yes.
neighbor.
And similarly, because we don't know what Ursula's up to, Scrooge is not at all worried. It's as if they haven't seen The Little Mermaid, lads. Go over to Ariel and just ask for her advice. Don't take mine for it.
Toodaloo.
Talk to Sally about your attempts to warn Scrooge and Mickey. So Sally has stopped following us. We need to track her down. Here she is trying to hide in the coconuts
Could you
and
spare a
banana
moment?
trees.
Oh.
I think she's so expressive, isn't she? Her character model is so cool. So yeah, she's like Cassandra, a legendary seer that no one believes. Why don't we go confront Ursula, now that we know what she's up to? Yes, let's go back to the cursed cave. Mickey's there. He's the cause of all this problem. Now, We'll take some food. Fruitcake, I'm only realising now, lads, it gives like no energy. I was wondering why I couldn't sprint for long. Even though it's a 4-star, it gives like no energy. So instead we'll eat something with lots of sugar in it. So we can sprint down through my messy valley.
Wow. What an amazing day.
And boom. Oh, Mickey and Scrooge are here. They bet me to it. So Ursula, what are you doing? She's taking her rightful place as co-ruler of the valley. How many attempts has she made of this? The other villains could learn from her stamina.
Yes.
So thanks to Sally and her Halloween plans that this could happen.
Power is the only key to real
Does Sally have something up
happiness.
her sleeves? Even though she doesn't wear any.
Someone's on a roll.
So we have to talk to Sally.
Oh.
Aww. Yeah, let's focus on fixing the situation.
Oh. That's perfect.
So Sally has something that we can tamper the spell with. So she's going to distract Ursula and we place this in the cauldron. So I suppose we'll just... Oh, look how angry she is. She is teed off. Look at her, she's a giant as well. She could just stand on Ursula. Anyway, we'll pop the potion in. Nightmare potion. Part of me thinks that this could potentially make things worse, but... Oh, this is a bit sad now. So, Ursula poking fun at Sally for being lonely. We've all been there. But Sally says her eyes are open and she sees you for who you truly are. You're worse than Oogie Boogie. Oogie Boogie. He'll probably come next year. See the way they've always do a Nightmare Before Christmas, so we'll probably get Oogie Boogie next year.
Come here, my child.
Talk to the people involved. So we have to talk to Mickey, Scrooge, and Ursula. That was close. Thank you and Sally for saving us. That'll teach you for seeing the best in people. So then Mickey gives the prerequisite then afterwards of
Greetings, neighbour.
going to his house. So that's where we'll finish the quest. Scrooge, totally unfazed, just saying thanks very much for the help, but otherwise... Has Sally ever had visions of the stock market? Not that I know of. And then we just talk to Ursula. Now, Ursula is trying to escape this quest. So we have to try and push her back into the cave so we can talk to her without exiting. Do you have anything to say for yourself? It was all a misunderstanding, lads. Part of me thinks that the quest maybe should have ended with them actually making amends, but maybe it's good that we end things on her being the ultimate and unapproachable villain. So yeah, you're going to have to live with the consequences of being an outcast.
These poor, unfortunate
Toodles.
souls.
And go into Mickey's house. Sure, we're going to speed through. Mickey's outside, but what's the bet he's going to magically appear inside? And there he is. He can teleport. It's his magic ability. This is a nice conversation then at the end where they were just apologising for not really believing in her and her warnings. We promise that this won't happen again. So Sally could technically become the new villain of the valley, just saying whatever she wants to control everyone. But that's what makes you a fantastic friend. Oh, I love this game. This game makes you feel so happy, I think, once you finish a quest. There's lovely conclusions to all of them. Oh, I know I'm a bit different, and that's why we love you. Oh, lads. There's a lot of nice messaging going on here. And now this food, which all looks scrumptious, and we didn't have to make it, so hey, it's one of the quests where the food appears and we didn't have to bake
We
it.
have a lot to talk about.
So, are you still upset about Ursula betraying you? A little.
Oh, how sad.
Oh.
How
This is a nice wee
wonderful.
summary of Sally's time in the valley.
Oh,
So she kind of runs through everything you've done, reconnecting with Jack, compost bin issues with Mike, making the quilting circle with the fairy godmother, and saving her from Ursula. We're just amazing, aren't we? So this is how she's going to repay us with what I think is probably the best costuming from a friendship quest yet. And thank God it comes from none other than Sally herself.
I knew you could do it.
And that is Preposterous Premonitions. Now we have to put on all this regalia, even though it is suited best, I'd say, for female characters. We don't believe in gender in this game. So the elegant shoes, the black rose choker, the web lace gloves, and then we have the patchwork elegance gown. Very cool. Look at all the layers. And then we have to take a photo to commemorate it, lads. We get in. She's massive. And there we go, lads. As always, thanks very much for checking out the video. Thanks for all the likes, comments and subscribes to the channel. Always appreciated. And I hope you're enjoying Sally as much as I am. Till next we meet, be good, look after yourselves and take care.